it's me NixD and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to click that subscribe button. I post new videos every Wednesdays and Sundays, and don't forget to click that notification bell to keep you notified. So for today's video, I'll be talking about my personal experience on how I was almost a member of this certain idol group, and I'll be talking about how was it during the whole process. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. So for this video, it is the start of my NixDiTells series. This series would be me talking about personal experience and talking about certain stuff. So I hope you guys would love this series that I'm starting. But before anything else, I would like to explain myself why I wasn't able to post new videos last week. It was my parents' wedding anniversary. It was my brother's recognition day. It rained and I got my period. You know the struggle of having your period. It feels like your whole body just wants to shut off. So yeah, that's a problem for me. And I had to attend some events, and of course it was Mother's Day, so I wasn't able to vlog since I was busy, plus period sucks. So yeah, just to give a quick background with me and the connection to music, I started playing the piano when I was a little girl, and eventually I learned how to play the guitar, the ukulele, the drums, and somewhat the violin, just a little. And yeah, I just love singing and dancing, and I would perform at school events and even family events. I just love to sing and just show my talent to everyone because it makes me happy while I'm performing. So yeah, and I started listening to K-pop and J-pop when I was in elementary, since with the influence of anime, and then K-pop was a thing when I was in the 5th grade. I remember listening to 21, Big Bang, Wonder Girls, and yeah, stuff like that. So I was already kind of like, what do you call that? Exposed. That's the word. I was exposed to that genre already way before. So here's how I got into this idol group thing. I was watching TV with my friend, and there was this commercial, and they were saying that they were looking for girls who has passion for music, singing, dancing, performing. So they were looking for girls to be a member of this girl group. So it was like this talent search, and it's all over the Philippines. So I said to myself, I think I should try this. Even though I won't get in, at least I've tried, since of course I love performing, so then why not? So I tried auditioning. So there was some process about, like, you have to fill up a form on their website and stuff like that. So but first, I'll talk about the audition. So the audition process, so you have to fill up a form from their website, and it would ask details about you, your name, your age, where you're from, and your height and your weight, and everything like that. All the details about you. But the thing that they will be showing to the public, you have the control to it, about your stage name and so on. So yeah, that's about it. So for this audition, you have to get votes by the public, I mean people, for you to get up, because it's like a ranking system. So we would I remember when I was campaigning, I would ask people who I know from school, my friends on social media. I would campaign and I would ask them for votes so that they would vote for me for this talent search, so that I would get up by the ranks. Because I remember there was like an issue talking about that only the top number, a certain number of girls will only be accepted. So from what I remember, we were like 5,000 in this audition, so I really had to get votes as much as possible because I really wanted to be a part of this group, and of course it's my dream to be like a performer and be in an idol group. So yeah, that's what I remember. So I got 3 months to campaign, but it depends on how early you would have passed your application. So after passing, you could campaign right away. So I got 3 months to campaign before, and I got votes, and I really didn't like have much sleep that time. Plus I had school, so I had to balance between studies and this idol career that I was running after. But my parents, oh no, I haven't told my parents that I was auditioning for that idol group. They didn't know, and I only told them when I saw that I had so much votes that I was able to get up the ranking system. So I told my mom when I was like above 50. Yeah. So yeah, that happened. And then after the voting period was closed, I got a call after an hour saying that I got in. I was one of the girls who had high ranks. So I was so happy and I was so excited, and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm one step closer to my dream. So yeah, I was so overwhelmed, and yeah, stuff. I couldn't even talk. So upon calling me, they confirmed my identity, and they asked if they could look at our social media accounts because they have to see if your image was great for public. Of course, being an idol group member, you're like one of the role models to younger generations or people who look up to you, so you have to have this clean image. So it was also strictly that your age must be 15 to 21 if I'm not mistaken. Like 21 is the oldest, and I was 19 that time. And what else? Oh, they asked for documents. They had to ask for your birth certificate, valid ID. I gave my school ID and my passport that time. And what else did they ask? Oh! Dating ban. We are not allowed to date, which was no problem for me. I wasn't able to date because my parents were strict, so everything was a-okay to me. So yeah, and they saw my social medias were clean, nothing wrong about it. So yeah, that was the first stage of what happened. So everything was all good. So after like a week, they contacted me and they were asking me to go to Manila. So but I had school, and I asked my teachers permission that I'll be leaving for a week because I had to go to this photo shoot. So since my teachers were so ever supportive about me, my decisions, so they allowed me to go to Manila. So me and my mom traveled to Manila on January, I cannot remember. We traveled to Manila like a day before the date that they told me to be there, so that it won't be a hassle that I'll be arriving there, then I'll be going to the photo shoot immediately because of course I needed rest. But on our way to Manila, I received a text around 1 a.m. saying that I am supposed to be there the next day. And I said, oh my gosh, Mom, it's a good thing that we traveled around, a day earlier so that we won't be rushing and stuff. So we got there, we booked a hotel, and I was so stressed because our travel was like 10 hours, 12 hours. I don't remember since I live in the province, and our province is far from Manila. So we had to travel that long. So I'm sorry for the chicken crowing. It's so annoying. And I did my makeup, and then I went to this address that they gave us. So it was a studio. And I wasn't informed that we weren't supposed to wear makeup when we were going to that studio. So I had to remove it all again. And they had their own makeup team to do our makeup for us. So I was with a bunch of girls and I made friends already. So yeah, we were talking about where we're from, what time did we arrive, and so on. So it was my turn for getting my makeup done. And we didn't have our own makeup brushes. Like, we all used the same brush, and not to mention we were a lot of girls, and the foundation that they used on me wasn't my shade, so it looked a little off. Plus, I was stressed because I just got from a long travel and the lipstick that they used on me wasn't my color. So on the photo that I got, the headshot, it didn't look good. So I was starting to get frustrated and my confidence level just went down because I know that I looked horrible in the photo. So that's the downside about the photo shoot, and I was a bit annoyed with that happening because I saw my photo. But after the photo shoot, we traveled to this studio again, and we were about to like practice our dance steps. But what I didn't know, when we're going to the studio, we will be divided into 4 groups. So they, per batch, there's batch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So our batch, my group, was next. So we were dancing, and yeah, we danced, and there was like judges who were looking at us, and they would like judge you from your talent. I mean, your knowledge and talent in dancing. So they would like separate you in groups. So I got in group 4. Then I think that's what happened. So yeah, we did rehearsals the whole day. We danced and memorized the songs, and we just like trained until 12 midnight. I got home 12 midnight, and then our call time for the next day, it's like before 7 a.m. So we would be there 7 a.m. and go home midnight. I went there right on time. So we did more rehearsals, and food was provided though, but they would like serve it in tiny servings. I don't know if it was for us to maintain our weight or to give us a diet. So yeah, that's with the food. And at the afternoon, they gave us this contract signing. So all of us girls were there, and we were about to sign our contracts and terms and conditions. And I don't know if I'm allowed to say all of this stuff because I remember in our contract that we weren't allowed to tell, but it already expired. So I think they won't sue me. I hope they won't. So yeah, but I'm not mentioning any names, so I think I'm safe. Plus, I'm trying to give the experience that I had raw as possible, so that you guys would have some idea on what happened. So yeah, that's about it. So after the contract signing, more rehearsals, and same thing happened to the next day. But then issues started to pop out, saying that there were already selected girls who already has a spot in this survival show. And they have lots and lots of issues about that. But I had to keep quiet since at first I didn't believe. But you'll guys understand later. So let's go to the actual show. So before going to the show, we were oriented that we'll be performing live. So we'll be singing and dancing live. So it was so scary. But of course, I'll be seen on TV, then why not give my best, right? So yeah, I was excited and scared at the same time. But before that, we had hair and makeup, but I already did my makeup at the hotel before going to the studio. And I only asked my hair to be done, and I had it curled, and I had 2 ponytails on and had pom-poms on it, so it looked so cute. So yeah, that happened. And then we performed, and they gave out oh, they gave out shirts depending on which group you're on. So they have certain colors for each group, and yeah, after performing live, then we had this actual audition in front of judges, which was so scary and it made me so nervous. Plus the studio was so cold. And yeah, so I remember going in twice, because at first they let us in depending on our group, and when we went out again from the kind of like this theater where the audition was held, we were called back again by age. So that happened, and I was really tired already that time. My energy was so low, thinking that it was so hard. Plus the efforts, and I already started to have bad thoughts that I might not pass and stuff like that. After that second audition with the actual judges, we were allowed to go home. So I went back home to our province from where I live right now. And after like 3 days or 4 days, I was called up again, and they were inviting me for an online interview, a live interview, which they do in their Facebook page. So, but by that time, I was already thinking I had to decide between my studies or my career. And I thought about it, and I made a decision to finish my studies since it was my last semester. And one of the reasons why I couldn't let go of my diploma was that I had an honor. I was running for cum laude. And of course, I thought about my parents, and I think they would be more proud of me if I would finish my studies first. And I was thinking I had 4 years of studying, and if I decide to follow my career as an idol group member, then I might lose my chance of getting my diploma. And if being an idol group member won't succeed, then it would be one of my regrets of not following to get my diploma. So yeah, I called my manager and I told her that I won't be continuing with this show anymore. I won't continue participating in this survival show, and I told them my reason why I backed out. And what shocked me is that I was being shouted out on the phone. They were getting mad at me for backing out. And I didn't want to disappoint my family, so I stood my decision that I'll be finishing my studies first, and I didn't regret that I finished my studies first. But becoming an idol is really hard. You really have to know your priorities, if you should do school first or focus on training yourself. But if you can do both, that's alright. But since my situation is that I'm studying here in the province and I have to keep going back to Manila to do that idol career, it would be an hassle since flying by plane costs expensive. But if you're going there by land, it takes too long. So that would be such a hassle for me. So I decided to finish my studies first since it was my last semester, and the only thing that I had to do was my on-the-job training, which is 500 hours of OJT. So let's start talking about the issues. So there was an issue that one of the girls were like a favorite. They had favoritism during the show, which was obvious. If you're not that like a crowd favorite, they won't even talk to you or look at you. But if you are, then they would be, the staff would like give priority to you and stuff like that. Second, there was an underground audition in which it was like they didn't have like some favorites with the girls that they had now, so they had to make underground auditions to get more girls and to place them to that survival show. And the next issue that I remember, there was some online bashing, and I honestly could say that I was one of the girls who was bashed because of how I look. So I was a bit sad to see people talking about how I look, and of course it hurt me. You read these comments online saying that she's not pretty or she doesn't have like the idol look and stuff like that. And it occurred to me that of course this is the entertainment industry, you can't please everyone. So it's kind of frustrating to see people trying to pull you down when you're like doing your best to achieve your dream. And that's just, of course, the only option that you have is to be strong and to keep on going and to show them that you're able to achieve your dream. So you girls just have to accept the fact, I mean all of us, that people would always have something to say. We don't have the same opinions, we don't have the same likes and dislikes, so they have their own opinion, you have yours. The only thing that we could do is respect them and they would respect your opinion. And if you see bad comments or mean stuff that is being said to you, just don't mind them and keep on going. But to be honest, every time they bring out a new song, a new album, they have events, or they would like travel to other countries to perform, it still affects me, and I would start to think about, what if I continued? Would I be there? Would I have my name there? Would I be able to perform to other countries? And yeah, if you guys are asking, do I still have plans on auditioning for stuff like this again? Yes, since I'm still young, then why not? But I'm more focusing on agencies that are in other countries, overseas. So I'm learning how to speak another language, and I won't bring out details yet. And I'm hoping that I could get in. So yeah, please pray for me. So that's about it with my story time today, and I hope I didn't left some stuff out, and I hope that this experience gave you guys some ideas of what happened, and I'll be putting out some photos after this, but I'll try to kind of like blur some things out to keep the identities of the people who are in the photos and the management hidden, so that I won't get sued. It's better to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. So yeah. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like this type of video of me telling some personal experience and stories about certain stuff. So hit that like button and comment down below what you thought about the experience that I had, and if you have any oh my gosh, it's so noisy. Oh my gosh. Okay, comment down below your thoughts about this video, and if you have any idea of what group I'm talking about, try to comment down below, but don't say the actual name. So yeah, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Once again, hey, it's me, Nixdi. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye!